Okay, I think I got the YouTube live stream up, and so we're on Facebook and we're on YouTube. And as nabanggit ko nga dun sa Facebook audience, parang wala naman pangyayari ngayon. I just came into the shop kasi we have over 100 plus orders and kailangan ko i-pack yung iba para pagdating ng ibang staff bukas, hindi sila mabigla na, pucha, may backlog pala tayo ng 100 plus. And I thought it would be a good time just to experiment. Never pa ako nag-streaming online. Usually, yung mga videos ko recorded and then may edit. So, gusto ko lang malaman paano ba tong streaming through Facebook and streaming through YouTube. The technicals are very bad. I'm not using any mic. I have a very basic lighting setup. If you can see yung para sa YouTube, basically kumuha lang ako ng dalawang items and then parang siningit ko yung iPad para maka-stand to make a makeshift stand. But anyway, if you have any questions about computers, you can ask them and I'll try to see if I can get to them in the comments or if I can spare a moment to look at it. May nagtanong, ano suggestion po na budget MOBO sa Ryzen 5 2600 under 4K? Usually that's the A320M. MSI has a version, Gigabyte has a version. That's usually what we recommend for that kind of build at that price. Let me just pull up the YouTube. And then I will start packing. Kasi actually yung buong point nitong pagpunta ko sa shop sa linggo para makapack. Medyo sideline lang tong live streaming. Again, I just wanted to see if we could do it. And I will provide commentary on some of the parts that I pack. Alright, let's get to work. So, kalimutan mo na yung computer hardware. Yung tatlong pinakamahalagang items sa hardware sugar ngayon ay ang bubble wrap. Ay. Beginner live tip streaming, you should mute your, when you're watching yourself in the live stream, you should mute the audio. So you need bubble wrap, you need a very good sharp scissors, and you need lots and lots of masking tape. So we will get to packing. Oh nga, that's true. Thank you, YouTube guy. So on YouTube, Rene commented that you couldn't see my face. That's true, thanks for that. Let's see kung, okay, better na siya ngayon. Although you can't see the table now, you can't see what I'm packing, so I'll try to keep that in mind. So let's get to work. Yung mga techwear, wala talaga kaming techwear out of stock. Sinubukan ko na sa supplier. Unfortunately, wala talaga sila mabigay sa amin. So we're trying as much as possible to get techwear cases, the mouse. One of the shop mice we use, I don't know if you can see it, is a techwear. But again, that's also out of stock. Yung mga fans nila, yung mga cooling, we're trying to get that also. But basically, out of stock yung mga techwear, but we're trying to get soon, as much as possible, sana. Alright, so we're packing Shopee items first, and the first items are these Cooler Master vertical GPU holders. Uso-uso ngayon yung pagkabit ng vertical display or to display your GPU vertically. And these guys allow you to do it, but they're only compatible with CM cases. I think master case and master box. So you need to check. Pero pag compatible na siya, sobrang dali na lang ipasok to, isalpak sa, pasok mo sa case mo, and then it allows for easy vertical GPU mounting. So no modding required, which is nice. So I will get to work and I will start packing.
natin off camera.
So dito sa Hardware Sugar, yung SOP namin is 2 layers of bubble wrap. Lahat ng items, regardless kung maliit, regardless kung malaki, 2 layers talaga yan of bubble wrap. And hindi ako yung pinaka maganda, I mean, yung packing skills ko, hindi sila yung pinaka neat or you know, medyo hindi naman sabog pero hindi kasing planchado or hindi kasing linis yung cutting skills ko compared to some of the other guys in the shop. But we do have other employees that have worse packing skills, so you know, I'm sort of mid-range there. To be honest, ako personally, ayoko masyadong madaming bubble wrap kasi plastic lang yun eh. Tsaka ang dami ng plastic sa environment. We should really try to cut back on plastic waste. Unfortunately, the customers really like bubble wrap. So, you know, wala rin kaming option masyado. Kailangan, basta gusto ni customer, ginagawa namin. But we are actively looking for ways to reduce our use of plastic, and that includes bubble wrap. As you notice, very hands-on kami dito sa Hardware Sugar. So, I mean, I sort of run the shop, but I still get my hands dirty packing items, checking inventory, and things like that. So, talagang we're very equal at the shop. Walang mga, oy, di ko gagawin yung trabaho na yan, sa'yo na yan, parang ganon. Basically, yung work philosophy namin, kung may free time ka naman at makatulong ka, di tumulong ka, di ba? Help out. First layer of bubble wrap. And tsaka para rin to sa customers kasi yun nga, may mga 100 plus orders na kami nakatambak from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And mga 70 na orders sa Lazada. And 50 or 40 plus orders sa Shopee. So kung lahat yun, kailangan i-pack Monday morning, papasok yung staff, and then makita nila, uy, lampas na ng 100 yung orders natin. It takes time, you know, to pack orders. Hindi lang basta-bastang, hindi, not like you wave your hand and then nakatapos na yung orders. So, hindi talaga nila magawa yun kung 100 plus orders. Tapos, you basically have 3 hours or so, like 9 to 12 before the courier comes. Kaya, pumasok na rin ako sa linggo para makatulong at masigurado ko na dadating or ma-ship out kaagad yung mga pending orders. This is not as sharp as I remember it. Where is our other scissors? Alright, shifting to the black. Hello kay Ralph Kenneth Braun on YouTube. Hello din. Happy Sunday. Actually, itong packing talaga na to. Kahit nung maliit pa lang yung Hardware Sugar, I mean, bago pa lang yung Hardware Sugar, maliit pa lang kami na store, ginagawa ko na to. Pero at least ngayon, maayos na yung lugar namin. Like, maganda yung table and, you know, may may lugar talaga na makapack. Kasi dati, sobrang sikip nung lumang shop namin. Hirap na hirap ako mag-pack. Alright, so we will shift to Facebook. Bron, Facebook, shout out. Salamat sa iyong panood. Or I don't know what, on YouTube. Somebody taught me how the kids say shout out now. Somebody on YouTube, a commentator, said na parang kasi may nagkamali. He was trying to say shout out as naging sharawat or something. So sharawat Bron on Facebook. Alright, first item done. 2 layers of bubble wrap. You notice looks pretty solid. Just label this guy with a receipt. I did already. So this will be picked up by Exposed. I'm just gonna put it to the side. Next item is also one of the CPU vertical kits, and these are actually medyo mabenta tong CM vertical GPU kit. Gotta make sure it fits in the Exposed. Okay, so it does fit in the Exposed pouch, but just barely, but okay na yan. So if you're just tuning in, basically parang technical, unang beses ko to mag-livestream at basically gusto ko lang subukan kung ano ba kailangan. Sobrang pangit nung technicals ko ngayon, like walang mic, sobrang basic na lighting. It's really a very basic setup, but I just wanted to see what needed to be done so we can stream better in the future. Nasa shop ako ngayon para mag-pack ng items kasi may mga 100 plus orders na nakatambak, mga 70 plus orders sa Shopee, 70 plus orders sa Lazada, 50 plus orders sa Shopee. And nagtatanong na yung mga customers ano yung mga item ko. Actually kasi nung Friday, Saturday, Sunday yung mga orders na to. Sarado yung hardware sugar kapag weekend, sorry. Kaya natambak yung mga orders. But of course, we always want to ship it out ASAP, and that's why I came into the shop para makatulong sa staff ko para hindi naman sila magulat pagpasok nila sa Lunes na pucha, nakay ko lang pending na orders. Medyo product showcase na rin to. I'll sort of give a commentary on some of the items that I'm packing. Like the CM vertical GPU kit. Usong-uso ngayon yung display ng GPU mo vertically. Kasi usually yung GPU kung bakit ito yung orientation ng motherboard, nakaganyan yan usually. But yung vertical nakaganyan. So mas kita mo yung side ng GPU. Although to be honest, it's just for show. Performance-wise, mas maganda pa rin yung horizontal kasi mas maganda yung cooling ng horizontal. Usually in the vertical position, nakatapat na yung fans ng GPU sa gilid ng motherboard, talagang tapat na tapat. So wala siyang makuha masyado na air or wala siyang mahigop masyado na hangin na malamig galing dun sa ibang parts of the case. So usually hindi maganda yung vertical mount for cooling. So kung medyo performance yung consideration mo, I would not suggest vertically mounting your GPU. But, hindi lang naman puro performance yung habol mo sa computer, di ba? Paminsan, gusto mo lang, astig tingnan na naka-vertical mount. And it's true, I mean, I like the novelty. I mean, kakaiba nga siya tingnan kung naka-vertical mount. The nice feature of this product is na parang sigurado ka na compatible na siya dun sa Cooler Master cases. I think it's the master case and the master box. Because before, kung gusto mo i-vertical mount, i-mod mo pa yan, yung case mo. Parang, you need to cut through the steel or you need to cut through the plastic depending on the material of your case. And, talagang ika-customize mo yan para na maka-vertical mount. Ngayon, may mga kits na like this CM kit that allows you to do it much easier than before. I don't know kung kita sa camera, pero ginamit ko yung mga pira-pirasong bubble wrap para for the second layer. So again, we really don't like generating waste. As much as possible, ayaw namin na may masayang na plastic. And as much as possible, actually, ayaw namin gumamit ng plastic. But the customers like a lot of bubble wrap, so, we put 2 layers talaga per item. Kay Darren Francisco, actually sobrang natatempt talaga ako mag-pop ng bubble wrap. But yun nga, ayaw ko masayang, so tinatabi ko na lang and you have to resist temptation. At saka, mahirap i-resist yun kasi dami talagang bubble wrap dito sa shop. Alright, bagong. Put this on the side. Next item is kind of boring but very important. Let me get it. Next item we're wrapping is a Deepcool FH04. Basically, it's a fan hub. You have a lot of fans. They need power because your motherboard ran out of the fan headers on your motherboard. This one will support both 3-pin and 4-pin, and it gives you additional 4 fans. You can plug in 4 fans into the FH04. Yung mga ganito, parang sobrang hindi mo iniisip when you build. Bili ka lang ng fans, bili ka lang ng RGB, and the next thing you know, di mo na ma-power yung fans kasi naubusan ka na ng fan headers on the motherboard, and then i-daisy chain mo pa yan, and things like that. So this is a cheap and easy way to get more fans, to get more power to your fans inside your system. Quite small actually, but very useful. It does have a big brother, the FH10, which if you're following, FH04 has 4 ports, the FH10 has 10 ports. Both also very popular. Again, you'll notice we are using bubble wrap, the wastage from the previous packed items kasi ayaw nga namin magsayang, no? Bubble wrap. So even the small items, we pack them in 2 layers. That yellow stuff, I haven't packed any. Reynaldo Tan Jr. on Facebook asks. Wala pa akong na-pack na Corsair, but don't worry, we'll get to the Corsair items. Lots of people order them. I do remember that you bought a keyboard from us na Corsair. I hope that's working out for you. Done. I put it to the side. Next item, also very popular, the NZXT Pop Black. What are these things good for? You stick them to your case. It's a magnet, so any metal surface, didikit siya. Pang pasabit ng mga headphones ninyo. It's actually much bigger. I actually saw one of these recently, IRL in real life. Nagulat ako na malaki pala siya. Parang, when you look at the box kasi hindi mo maisip na ganun siya kalaki. But when you stick it on the case, parang okay siya. I mean, it looked very impressive. Matagal na namin to nabebenta, tong si NZXT Pop Black. One of the first items I think we ever had on Hardware Sugar. Going back to like 2018, and still a very popular item. But only recently did I see it like with my own eyes. Yan yung hirap paminsan sa hardware. You don't want to open the item kasi syempre gusto mo bago pagbukas ni customer. Yung problema doon, hindi mo rin alam kung ano bang itsura nitong item na to. So, a lot of the times, you know, it's only when the customer sends us a picture or when the brand gives us items like, oh, why don't you display this in the shop, which Asus has done and NZXT. Thanks very much, guys. That, you know, it's only when that happens that we can actually see some of the items that we sell. Although, gusto ko sanang, since, you know, may YouTube channel naman yung Hardware Sugar, gusto ko, pangarap pa sana na ma-unbox lahat ng mga items na binibenta namin. Pero, yung ibang items ang mahal eh. Sakit i-unbox tapos di na namin mabenta. Like may mga ilang motherboard, ilang libo ba yan na, you know, 14,000 for some motherboard or something. Ayoko naman i-unbox yun para lang sa YouTube. Bron on Facebook says, baka po mahulog laptop mo. Actually, medyo natakot niya ako, pero medyo secure naman siya dito sa pwesto na to. Tsaka it wouldn't be the first time na nahulog ko siya. Tsaka at least kung mahulog pa siya, malalinos yung dating na, you know, it keeps dropping items. Alright, next item is still the FH04. Let me try to get something more interesting for you guys. Hang on. Alright, next item is still the FH04, but upcoming is the RF140s, double pack, and Corsair Commander Pro. I'll talk about them in a bit. Just pack this thing. Andy on Facebook says thank you for answering my question or his question regarding CPU temps. No problem. If I remember correctly, ito yung masyado mainit yung pagtakbo ng Ryzen, which is a common complaint or concern we've heard from some of our customers. Short answer, hindi naman talaga siya, I mean, ganun talaga si Ryzen. Medyo mainit talaga yung pagtakbo niya. People have tried undervolting a little bit, although I mentioned to another customer, or I don't really like undervolting. That might cut into the performance. Basically, if it runs a little hot, that's fine. That's really how it is. And una kasi, yung mga temps na yan, ang hirap sukatin based on what you see sa internet. Kasi yung karamihan nung nagtetest nung temps, they're in temperate countries like the States or wherever na malamig. I mean, kahit di ka naka-aircon or something, malamig yung ambient temperature nila, yung room temperature. Alam naman natin lahat, pagdating dito sa atin, hindi malamig, mainit, di ba? Hindi ka naka-aircon, mainit talaga yung karaniwan, mainit yung office nyo, yung gaming room ninyo. So, natural, medyo mas mainit talaga yung you'll see hotter temps compared to what you see on the websites like Tom's Hardware or si Gamers Nexus. Kasi hindi mo maiwasan, mainit talaga sa atin. Although that said, yes, medyo mainit naman talaga. The Ryzens tend to run hot. Tapos may controversy pa na like the past 2 weeks may controversy na yung ibang X570 mobos. Parang masyadong yung bigay nila ng kuryente sa Ryzen, it was too much. So parang go-overheat yung CPU and then baka makat into yung lifespan ng CPU. Although when other people tested it, parang medyo totoo nga siya, but it wasn't really anything you needed to worry about. But there's this whole thing about Ryzen's running hot. FH04 pack. Alright, Facebook guys, I'm gonna switch to YouTube first. Joshua Santos says 2080 Ti unboxing. Hells no. Kung magka-stock kami ng 2080 Ti, yung customer, hindi namin i-unbox yun unless pinayagan kami ni customer. Although we did have a 2080 Ti, if you look on our YouTube, one of the featured video is a build with the 2080 Ti. Yeah, those are sweet cards. I mean, those are nice cards. Next item is the Corsair Commander Pro, and this is for the RGB lighting of the Corsair. Corsair is like NZXT, pareho silang proprietary. Hindi mo lang pwedeng isaksak yung RGB products nila dun sa headers ng motherboard. Other manufacturers like Deepcool or Cooler Master, pwede mo lang isaksak diretso sa motherboard kung may RGB header, kung may ARGB header. But Corsair and NZXT are kind of snooty, medyo mayabang sila na, we're different. So they have their own ecosystem. And so you do need the Corsair Commander Pro to control the RGB of your Corsair fans and things like that. To be honest, sobrang nalilito pa rin ako sa setup ni Corsair kasi may Commander Pro, may lighting node. There's another one that they put in their cases na parang pinagsama na si lighting node tsaka si Commander Pro. Di ko lang maalala ngayon kung what they call that product. So, Corsair RGB is a bit confusing but very premium if you get it right. And the Commander Pro is actually one of our best sellers. A lot of people do buy the Corsair products even though, yun nga, medyo mahal sila, medyo premium yung price. Since I'm on the YouTube, I'm looking at the YouTube comments, you know na yung sarili kong computer, sobrang luma na, yung i5 4690K with no RGB. But I did a video recently where we tried to explore ano bang options available kung gusto natin magkaroon ng RGB sa lumang setup. And so you can see that video. Although basically, spoiler alert, wag ka na mag-RGB sa lumang setup, bumili ka na lang ng bagong computer. Which is what I want to do. Need it to disappear. Get more bubble wrap. Again, 2 layers of bubble wrap. We get a lot of questions na yung budget ko 35k, 20k, 50k, ano bang okay na gaming setup, na streaming setup. Umingi ako ng pumanhin. I don't usually get to reply to those kind of questions. Unang-una kasi sobrang general nila eh. Parang 50k but do you need a monitor? 50k, do you need a keyboard? Do you need the peripherals? Tapos medyo halo-halo, parang gusto nila lahat kayang gawin. Hindi lang gaming, may rendering, may editing, may streaming. Kumbaga, yung use case of a lot of people is na they want the PC to do it all. And sa totoo lang, kung mga 20k, ang hirap talaga makabuo ng decenteng gaming computer, let alone pa na kaya talaga maganda mag-streaming. So, I rarely get to reply to those questions because una, wala talaga kaming stock sa shop. So, ang hirap naman mag-suggest ng build na to, ng rig na to, tapos wala pa kaming parts sa shop, so hindi rin namin ma-build for you. And yun nga, at the same time, the use case is not clear to me. Kasi ang dami nagtatanong ng 30k na rig, pero kaya niya gawin lahat. Kaya niya mag-streaming, kaya niya gaming, kaya niya mag-rendering, kaya niya mag-edit. And those are different things. I mean, you just can't say, oh, yung gaming PC, kaya niya mag-streaming, kaya niya mag-video editing, kaya niya have I forgotten anything? Rendering, editing, streaming, gaming. Those use cases, need different things, need different parts. So, ang hirap na parang Swiss knife lang na all-in-one na, oh, kaya niya lahat. Parang ganyan. But, like for example, yung gaming, actually hindi mo na kailangan ng maraming RAM nun eh. 16GB, okay na yan. Kung medyo gipit sa budget, 8GB, okay na yan. Pero like for streaming, where the computer is doing 2 things at the same time. I mean, it's playing a game or recording video and it's streaming it live on the internet, you need more RAM for that. Or you need a capture card. Pero kung mag-suggest ka ng capture card, dadagdag yung presyo. And then yun nga, yung budget mo mga 20, 25k lang, ang hirap talaga magsabi. It's hard to respond to queries like that. But in general, if you need for editing computer, you need more RAM. Yun talaga yun. For gaming, kung yung ginagawa mong application sa computer mo, parang single use lang yung application. Let's say when you're gaming, you only have that game running. When you're surfing, you only have YouTube running. Or when you're working, you only have Excel or Word. Really, 8GB is fine, 16GB at the most. Tapos okay na yun, walang problema yun. But for streaming without, especially kung wala pang capture card, 32GB is, would be good. Heavy duty editing will also need a lot of RAM, preferably an SSD. Yun. Commander Pro, done. Kim Ovejas on YouTube says, good vibes, ask for a shout out. Salamat. Thanks for watching. Good vibes, shout out. Or as I learned on YouTube, Sharawat. Yan yung uso ngayon. I mean, anyway, Sharawat, shout out. Kim Ovejas asks, kamusta business, sir? Okay naman, nakakapagod. So to be honest, sobrang hirap magkaroon ng stock ng items. Palagi kami nagpa-follow up sa mga supplier na, uy, sir, may ano ba? May Ryzen CPUs na ba kayo? May GPUs na ba kayo? Kasi nakakahiya sa mga customer, tatanungin nila kami, ano bang GPU available ninyo? You guys want to know what GPU we have left on stock? Wait, I'll get it for you. This my friends, is the only graphics card Hardware Sugar has in stock. GT 1030. Walang problema sa GT 1030. It's a good card, but it's not a performance card anymore. Sobrang luma na nung card na to. I mean, not the item. The item is brand new, but the specs of the card are really, really old. So, medyo nahihiya ako na palagi kong palagi ko sinasabi na yung Hardware Sugar gusto namin sobrang cutting edge na tech, sobrang ganda ng hardware, yung medyo high-end, medyo premium. Pero yung graphics card lang namin available ngayon ay ang GT 1030. So, so how's business? Medyo okay naman, pero yun nga, ang hirap talaga makakuha nung parts like, basic parts like motherboard, GPU, CPU. Kahit sa mga, even for us na yung mga retail shop talaga, ang hirap makakuha, may part shortage talaga. I mean, because of COVID, naipit sa customs, naipit sa shipping, whatever. I mean, hirap talaga makakuha ngayon. Anyway, the item I'm packing now is the RF140. So these are 140mm RGB fans by Deepcool. Sobrang sulit ng mga to. If you're looking for RGB na okay yung presyo, Corsair, to be honest, medyo mahal. NZXT, medyo mahal yan. Si Deepcool offers good quality products at a reasonable price. This particular RF140 comes in a double pack. So, itong item na to, dalawang 140mm fans makuha mo. If you're familiar with Deepcool, you might be asking, ano yung difference nung RF tsaka nung CF? Yung RF ay RGB fans. Yung CF, mga ARGB fans yan. And so now you're wondering, ano ba yung difference ng RGB and ARGB? Hindi ba pareho lang silang RGB? I actually do want to do a video on this, the difference between ARGB and RGB. But in a nutshell, kasi to be honest, nalito din ako sobra. Yung dati nung we had to do research like what items should we buy for the shop. Tapos daming RGB, usong-usong yung RGB ngayon. So, but then we had to figure out, itong product na to RGB, itong product na to ARGB. What's the difference? I will tell you after I buy this guy. Okay, dagam. Next items. Oh, we are done with the Shopee exposed items and now the Ninja Van, Shopee Ninja Van. Alright, before I talk about ano ba yung pagkaiba ng RGB at ARGB, this product is the M-Desk F3, also by Deepcool, and hindi siya like gaming, whatever, gaming hardware, pero it's super useful. Basically, it's a table if you want to put your laptop on it, you want to put your monitor on it. It's a laptop or monitor stand. The F3 is the highest end, may F1 at F2. So si F3 may USB slot integrated into the desktop, which plugs back into your desktop. So, you don't have to bend down to plug a USB into your desktop. Pwede mo na isaksak dito diretso. And again, this is a very popular item with us. Madalas na out of stock tong si F3. Especially ngayon na ang dami nag-work from home. So, people are looking to improve their work setup. Medyo hassle lang to i-pack kasi ang haba niya. Teka lang. Nagtanong sa YouTube sorry po sa YouTube, hindi ko na makita sino nagtanong, but may nagtanong kung sa tingin ko ba babalik ba yung prices to pre-COVID levels. Kasi yun nga, sobrang tumaas yung tumaas talaga yung mga presyo ngayon ng mga PC parts. Tapos may nagtanong kung if they will go back to normal eventually. To be honest, not anytime soon. Kasi yung problema sa price, kaya tumaas yung mga presyo, parang systemic. Kumbaga na-apektuhan yung buong system, hindi lang yung mga distributors dito sa atin, pati yung mga manufacturers sa China, sa Taiwan. Tapos hindi lang tayo, buong mundo na-affect. So, medyo small market tayo sa Pilipinas. Like for example, si EVGA, I know for a fact na yung priority ni EVGA ngayon sa North America. So, lahat ng mga available items nila, pinapadala nila dun sa North America for that market. So, kawawa na lang tayo, naipit tayo dito. And that goes back to the question kung babalik ba to normal prices yung mga components. Probably not anytime soon kasi yun nga, the whole system was affected and the whole world was affected. So just to get things back to normal will take a lot of time and there's a lot of backlog sa manufacturers, backlog sa shipping. May mas malaking markets na mas priority ng mga manufacturers, yun nga, like the States. Like Europe. So, para bumaba yung mga presyo ulit, dapat mabalik sa dati yung supply. Yung problema, yun nga, hindi natin alam kailan yun mangyayari kasi ang laki talaga nung tama ng COVID sa buong system. The manufacturing system, the distribution system, and the retail system. So, in my humble opinion, unfortunately, medyo matagal-tagal pa bago bumalik sa dati yung mga prices. Tapos baka magtaka ka, ba't sabi ko, unfortunately, yung hardware sugar, nagbabenta naman ng PC components, di ba? Parang, di ba mas okay sa amin na mataas yung presyo? Pero, kaya lang naman tumataas yung presyo namin kasi tumataas din yung presyo ng mga supplier. I've had at least one major supplier already tell me na, sir, bili ka na ngayon kasi sabi ni boss, tataas na yung presyo like within the next 2 weeks or something. So, just because our prices go up doesn't mean that tumataas din yung kita namin. Tumataas lang din yung presyo namin kasi kailangan namin mabawi yung higher cost nung items dun sa supplier. I mean, if I had my way, sana bumalik na lang sa dati para may stock ulit ng mga Ryzen. May stock ulit ng mga Intel high-end. May stock ulit ng GPU. Kasi, ang hirap ngayon, Yes, mas mataas nga yung presyo ng ibang items, pero hindi kami makabuild. And again, this is another thing na hiyang-hiya ako sa mga customer. May magtatanong na, Sir, pwede pa build 50K, Ryzen build, R5 3600, 3600X. And then, I have to say na, sorry, wala talaga kaming parts. Tapos, di ba, parang ang restaurant na walang pagkain na mabenta, di ba? Kung wala kang CPU, wala kang motherboard, ano klaseng ang computer shop, di ba? So medyo nahiya talaga ako when I have to tell people. And I have to tell people all the time that, you know, I'm sorry, we can't build kasi wala kaming parts. We're still waiting. So kung sa akin lang, sana bumalik nga sa dati. Pero tingin ko, hindi yun mangyayari anytime soon. Because this COVID thing is really, you know, it's real. Please stay at home if you can, work from home kung kaya. Kasi mahirap na talaga ngayon and medyo matagal-tagal pa to, itong COVID na to. Actually, I read an interesting study sa States na the banks track purchases. Basically, ginawa ng mga bangko, sige, nagbubukas naman yung ibang restaurant, makikita natin yung sa customer data kung nag-dine-in ba sila sa mga restaurants. And then according to those banks, they track the rise of in-store, in-restaurant dine-in experience or dine-in, people dining in at restaurants. And then 2 weeks later, so napansin nila tumaas yung number of people dining into restaurants. And then 2 weeks later, napansin nila na tumaas yung cases ng COVID. So just based on that bank study, parang it's risky to eat at a restaurant. Personally, I don't do it. I do know people in the restaurant business. Hindi ko naman sinasabi na dapat nakasara yung mga restaurant. Pero, just be extra careful. And kung kaya, mag-take out ka na lang, di ba? Take out is the best of both worlds. You get the restaurant food, pero safety ka sa bahay. And if you're wondering why I'm doing the live stream without a mask, it's because there's nobody else here with me at the shop. Ako lang yun nandito. Kung biglang may nakita ka sa likod ko, mag-comment kayo sa live stream kasi that would be scary kung biglang may tao lumitaw sa likod ko. So there's nobody here that I need to be safe from or that I need to protect. So I'm not in a mask. As I mentioned, problem with this F3 is it's a real pain in the ass to and the problem when I pack is I always forget to put the receipt along with the item and then I need to open it again. But fortunately, I remembered now. Let me just put the name of this guy. I think I might need to buy the shop a new marker. So So here's Hardware Sugar. All items come with a receipt. Kung nakalimutan namin, malamang ako yung nag-pack noon kasi yun nga, medyo paminsan, ready ko naman lahat ng resibo. Pero nakalimutan kong ipasok. Damn! Sorry, Facebook. Okay, the Facebook feed just went down. Okay. Sorry, Facebook guys. It should work. All right. That's it for the Shopee orders. Now time to do the Lazada orders. I'm gonna shift to Facebook now, YouTube guys. See what's going on Facebook. Alright, back on Facebook. I cut myself? No naman. Okay, wait lang. I need to chop up the barcodes for Lazada. Oh, shoot. Ah, man. I chopped up some stuff that I should not have. What's going on here? Actually, yun yung thing na hindi nakikita ng maraming customer or hindi nakikita ni customer. Sobrang daming paperwork sa shop. You're selling online or, you know, it's just inventory, daming paperwork, daming mga kailangan ayusin, mga resibo. Kasi sana puro, I mean, hardware sugar, right? You think, okay, it's just about cool tech. You get the nice hardware, you sell it properly, okay na yun. Pero actually, a lot of the job is dealing with paperwork like this. And tas yung kailangan i-print, kailangan i-dikit properly, kailangan, yun nga, yung mga resibo na kailangan ipasok sa item. And so that's like the unsexiest thing, the unsexiest problems you could possibly have, paperwork. Pero yun, kailangan gawin eh. So let me just okay. Oh. Alright, so we're talking about the difference between, ano ba yung pagkaiba ng ARGB tsaka RGB? Yung RGB kasi, both of them you can control the lights. But yung sa RGB, yung nababago lang yung, they're all in a circuit on the RGB. So when you change the lights of that RGB, you're controlling it per circuit. So all of the LEDs on one circuit, that's what you control. With the ARGB, you can control individual LEDs. So mas maganda yung transitions ni ARGB because you have much finer granular control over the LEDs. Kumbaga sa RGB, may set of 6 LEDs ka in one light. You change that. Pagpalit mo sa RGB, lahat yun magbabago. Lahat ng 6 na yun dun sa circuit na yun. Pero with ARGB, pwede mo palitan individual LEDs dun sa 6 na yon. So you can imagine there's much finer control in the transitions or the color vibrancy or whatnot of for ARGB. ARGB or A kasi Addressable RGB, otherwise known as Digital RGB. So man, cut these things up wrong. Man, anyway, okay. Did a boo-boo. Let me put that aside first. So yun, balik tayo dun sa RF 120 or yung RF series ni Deepcool versus yung CF series ni Deepcool. Yung RF nga RGB. So yung control mo sa LED per circuit lang. I don't know how many LEDs the RF 120 fan has, but let's say for example 10. When you change the color on that RGB, the whole circuit changes. So yung 10 na yun, pagpalit mo from red to green, lahat nung nasa circuit na yun, all of those 10 will go from red to green. Sa ARGB, you have control over the individual LEDs. So kung 10 dun sa kung 10 yung LEDs dun sa circuit, then you can control like 1, 3, and 5, palit ka to green. Pero 2, 4, and 6, palit ka sa white, parang ganon. Yung consequence din nun, dahil dun, iba rin yung RGB headers. Kasi yung RGB uses 12 volt 4 pin. The header on the motherboard will be 4 pin. For ARGB, it's 5 volt 3 pin. So actually, you're actually using less power for ARGB systems. Yung isang consequence nun, you can't daisy chain as much ARGB items. Basically, they run out of juice faster. Kasi yun nga, you're only pushing 5 volts through that rather than 12 volts. And yung masakit pa doon, if you plug in ARGB into RGB, there's a strong chance you're going to fry or destroy or masisira mo yung RGB product. Masisira mo yung ARGB product kasi hindi niya kaya yung higher voltage ng RGB. Alright, let's get to our first case, H510 white. This is for Lazada. Oh, and I do need to write a receipt. And again, there's a lot of paperwork involved in running a shop. Actually, this is why hindi ko rin binanggit sa... Kung baga wala akong heads up sa inyo na magla-livestream ako kasi naisip ko medyo boring tong ginagawa ko. Nagpapack lang ng items, may paperwork, gumagawa ng mga resibo. So, I didn't want to hype it up and, bore everybody na, this guy is just rambling and packing stuff. Yun nga, yung gusto ko lang sana subukan yung live streaming, kaya medyo sinadya ko talaga na no consequence, walang build up, walang paalam muna na, "Uy guys, panoorin mo ako, mag-live stream ako." Because I just wanted, to try it out and to experiment with the technicals, ano ba yung kailangan para mag-live stream and things like that. So this is a very low risk endeavor. Yung plano lang talaga is mag-pack and medyo magkwento tungkol sa hardware. So that's why I didn't hype it up. Let me get the case. Alright, first case for the day, NZXT H510 white. NZXT case is very popular. The aesthetic, parang yung dating nila, yung look nila sobrang patok ngayon. Talagang dami naghahanap ng NZXT cases. The 510 is the same as the 510i, which we used to carry, except the i version. The i version comes with a smart, we call it a smart device V2 controller, which allows you to control NZXT RGB. The 510 is the exact same case without that smart device. So hindi siya RGB compatible out of the box. Usually you use to stock the 510i because I don't want to confuse people na ano may difference in 510, 510i. Bilhin mo na lang yung 510i, malamang gusto mo rin ng RGB. But we ran out. Our supplier ran out of 510i's. But he was like, pero meron pa kaming 510. And so I'm like, sure, give us the 510. NZXT premium brand. Pero sa totoo lang, to be honest, I mean, NZXT as a brand has been very good to us. Again, they've lent us RGB products that we use in the shop. You can't see it, but the large mouse pad of one of our staff is also NZXT. And we have sold a lot of their products. I mean, talagang dami na namin nabenta na NZXT products. Kasi hindi lang cases, mga... Yun, you saw the NZXT puck. You saw the NZXT puck, which I packed earlier. We also sell their AIOs, we sell their cases. Just hit my laptop with the scissors. So we sell a lot of their stuff. Hindi naman sa pagmamayabang pero we sold so much NZXT stuff na yung mismong parang branch or yung country head nila dito nagtanong, sino ba tong hardware sugar na bigla na lang out of nowhere daming binibenta na NZXT products. So, yung background, I'm a fan of NZXT. I think they make good products. They've been very good to the shop. They're popular items. Pero sa totoo lang, hindi ko masyado gusto yung cases nila, yung aesthetic. I mean, I'm sure yung maganda mag-build sa loob, very roomy. They have a lot of nice touches na, hindi nasisira kamay mo, trying to get the parts in and stuff like that. Pero yung aesthetic nila, how they look, to be honest, personal opinion, hindi ko lang talaga trip. The way I describe it to customers is it's a very European aesthetic, clean, very austere. Ang linis nga tingnan, kaya sobrang popular nitong mga white nilang cases. Kasi, yun nga, ang linis na tingnan ang very, very organized. Oh, hang on, somebody's calling me. Ay, lost? Bakit? Talaga sige, nasa shop ako ngayon, Los. Tawagan kita mamaya mga 1 oras, ha? Okay, sige. Sorry, I got a call. Alright, I got a call. We're back now. And Alright, back to NZXT. I was just telling you guys na personally, hindi ko trip yung aesthetic niya. We describe it to customers as very clean, European looking aesthetic. Pero for me, just on a personal level, mas gusto ko na mas may aggression. I want my keys to look a bit more aggressive. For me, masyado kasing it looks nice, but parang it looks very good boy. I mean, it looks very the NZXT aesthetic, like in the H cases, it's very clean yun nga, but parang wala masyadong, I mean, sige, sabihin ko na, medyo boring tingnan para sa akin it really doesn't do it for me. Except maybe for the H510 Elite, the NZXT H510 Elite, kasi parang open glass yung harap, so kitang-kita mo kitang-kita mo yung dalawang RGB medyo kakaiba. But for the regular H series, hindi ko masyado gusto yung aesthetic. That said, the NZXT cases are very popular, and no, I mean, kung yan yung trip mo, walang problema. We do believe in the brand, that's why we stock them regularly. And yun yung masaya sa PC, di ba? Parang kani-kanyang hilig. Kung gusto mo nung ibang kind of case, kung gusto mo nung ibang kind of look, then no problem, di ba? Pili ka ng case na bagay dun sa look na gusto mo. Problem when I pack, keep forgetting where I put the So yes, the NZXT cases are very popular, so my personal opinion aside, probably in the minority. And again, I have no problem with that. I think they are very clean look. Yun nga lang. Again, you'll notice the all packing is 2 layers of bubble wrap. for all items is usually medyo safety ka na dun sa 2 layers of bubble wrap. I almost forgot the receipt again. Hirap talaga. Fortunately, hindi pa talagang sealed. Hindi pa sealed yung packing. Okay, dobre. So dito sa Hardware Sugar, medyo big deal namin yung cases kasi sa tingin namin, yan yung, diba, kumbaga, yun yung, that's the primary way of interacting with the computer. I mean, yan yung una mo nakikita, yung enclosure. Pag pindot mo sa power para mag-on, diba? So, the case we feel, you know, has a lot of it improves your connection to the computer. Parang mas na-feel mo na, di ba? I mean, if you really like your case and you customize it, parang mas may sense of ownership ka sa computer. Mas malapit ka sa computer mo kasi yun nga, you like the look, you customized it, it's the first thing that you interact with when you have to use your computer. So we really try as much as possible to have a wide variety of cases para may mapilian si customer. And here is the first Lazada order. Oh, to be honest, sobrang hirap mag-pack ng mga cases kasi mabigat sila, 2 layers of bubble wrap kailangan. So medyo hassle sila. Let's pick an easy item like the puck black. Yes. So this Lazada customer ordered 2 puck blacks, and we're gonna pack them. Another PC question that we get a lot or nakikita ko palagi sa YouTube is, pwede mo pa ipagsama yung SSD tsaka hard drive or HDD sa isang system. And I'm curious saan ba itong galing tong tanong na to? Bakit hindi? Why would you think hindi pwede? Anyway, yes, it's possible. There's no problem if you do that. My own rig has 2 SSDs and 1 hard drive in it, and yun, I mean, walang issue, walang problema. So as your mobile has the necessary SATA connectors or the necessary M.2s, depending if that's the SSD you got, then there's really no problem. You mix hard drives and SSDs in one system. Kasi yun nga, nagtataka lang ako, saan ba yun galing? Bakit ba, why wouldn't you not be able to mix them together? again, you notice we're using as much of the old bubble wrap as possible kasi ayaw namin sayang. What is this? Alright, for Lazada, so for Lazada, unlike Shopee, you need to buy the bags from them. Malaking issue to sa mga malaking issue to sa mga Lazada sellers kasi iniisip nila, pucha, nagbebenta na nga kami sa Lazada tapos kailangan pa namin bilhin yung mga pouches. And maraming naiinis doon. Well, for me, you know, it's the cost of doing business. Yan yung requirement, kailangan mo sumunod, wala ka na magawa. Where is my... We've been on Lazada for around 18 months. Nagsimula kami noong December 2018, pero yung unang benta namin, nakabenta kami finally January 2019, 1 month later. And if you notice yesterday's poster, the post 2 days ago na finally mabot kami sa level 7 na seller. Pero, yun nga, that was a long time coming. And yun nga, matrabaho para umabot ng level 7. And it's really the not sexy things like this na packing the items, doing receipts, coming in on a Sunday so that you can, you know, you're ready for the courier on Monday, parang ganon. Check some of the Facebook comments. Ken asks HyperX Quadcast. We do not have Arctic 7 wireless na Steel Series. Oh, same guy by Ken. We also don't have. How do I... And everybody's favorite, kailangan mag-restock yung techwear. We do not know. Yun nga, we're waiting for our supplier to give us some stock. Pero in fairness sa techwear, well, sobrang mabenta yung mga items nila, kaya bilis rin maubos. Okay, dokie. Another MDesk F2. Alright. F2. So, kanina, pinakita ko yung F3 na MDesk. Ito yung nga, yung lower, mas, well, you know, mas basic na version, yung MDesk F2. Mabenta pa rin kasi yun nga, it serves the same purpose. It's like a laptop stand / monitor stand. But this one doesn't have the USB, built-in USB. And I'm not going to be an idiot this time. I'm going to put the receipt already inside. May nagtanong sa YouTube comments kung sa tingin ko, ano yung mas okay? Intel or AMD? To be honest, I really find it hard to recommend Intel right now. For performance, like bang for your buck, AMD, you know, basically has the crown. It has really good performance at a really good price. If you're attached to Intel as a brand, because yung dati mong computer, Intel, and then, you know, parang every time na magpagawa ka ng computer, gumawa ka ng computer, Intel ka, then by all means, of course, stick Intel, stick with what you're comfortable with. But usually what I recommend to the customers is that kung wala ka namang favorite talaga, it's really hard to recommend Intel right now. Sobrang bang for your buck, good performance value yung AMD. And yes, some people will argue that mas maganda yung if you're running a single application, like nag-gaming ka lang, mas maganda pa rin performance ng Intel. I mean, yes, you know, yeah, sometimes that's true, but yun nga, yung value for money, ang hirap talagang sabihin na mas okay yung Intel. So Again, I have no favorites. Here at Hardware Sugar, pareho namin naman sinastock yung AMD, sinastock rin namin yung Intel. But if a customer asks for my opinion, I will usually recommend AMD. I can't think of a use case where, well, I can't think of a use case where I recommend Intel. Of course, kung yan yung gusto ni customer, yun nga, usually may on stock naman kami. Tapos walang problema kung gusto niya mag-build na Intel yung gamit. But again, yun nga, if you're just asking for my opinion, it's hard to recommend Intel at this point. And don't get me wrong, sobrang lumaki ako Intel yung gamit ko. Medyo matanda na ako, pero yung unang-unang PC sa bahay, 486, di pa Pentium. 486, I forget ilang megahertz yun, pero Intel CPU noon. Wala pa nga atang AMD noon eh, ng mga 486 days. Tapos may turbo button pa, parang sa keys, parang may turbo button pa press mo para bumilis. Di ko rin alam, to be honest, ano yung silbi ng turbo button na yun. Eh di dapat naka-on na lang yun palagi, di ba? Bakit pa kailangan may turbo button? But anyway, the first computer we ever had at home was a 486. That was an Intel. And then we graduated to a Pentium, and it's the whole Pentium series. And then yun nga, yung personal PC ko sa bahay, na sobrang luma na, pero sobrang okay pa. i5 4690K na Intel. So don't get me wrong, I have bought from Intel before, I support them. Pero yun nga, in my honest opinion, if customers ask, it's really hard to recommend Intel right now. Yung products nila parang sobrang competitive ng AMD, so much so na tingin ko sila yung market leader talaga ngayon. Intel has a lot of catching up to do. So Intel or AMD, I usually recommend AMD. Sa GPU, that's different. Usually, I recommend NVIDIA. Parang the experience with NVIDIA is, more polished. Especially ngayon yung problema ni AMD sa Big Navi or yung mga 5600 XT cards, 5700 XT. Hindi naman lahat, pero may mga nagre-report mga driver issues. Tas kahit yung mga iba nating customer na we've sold 5600 XTs in at least one rig, and we had a lot of problems with the drivers. It's really kind of hassle to figure out. And you think they get it fixed, flashing the BIOS would make everything okay. Hindi. Flashing the BIOS is not a sure thing, to get it to work. Alright, so this time I remembered to put in my receipts. Dagam and bagam, F2 desk, laptop stand, monitor stand done. May nagtanong din sa YouTube kung ano recommended, liquid cooling or air cooling. And this is a very maraming nag-aaway tungkol dito. Pero long story short, I think the data suggests na bang for your buck, mas efficient yung air cooling. usually kasi mas mahal on the average yung liquid cooling, and we're just talking about AIOs, we're not even just talking about custom liquid cooling. So, yung performance ng air cooling, nakatapat, it's just the same or even better than a comparable AIO or all-in-one liquid cooler. So, pero mas cool kasi tingnan yung liquid cooling. And I get it na mas maganda tingnan yung AIO kasi may CPU block or yung parang regulator, parang sa scuba naka-attach dun sa CPU, and you have the radiator which you can put RGB on. So I get it. There's yun nga, mas maganda tingnan yung AIO, mas mabangis tingnan. Pero yun nga, kung just performance-wise, again, depende yun sa customer eh. Kaya ang hirap ng mga tanong na ganito na ano yung mas okay, AMD or Intel? Ano yung mas okay, liquid cooling or water cooling? Kasi iba-iba yung needs ng customer. Iba-iba rin yung gusto ni customer. Kung Intel fanboy ka and maputulan ka ng kamay bago ka sumali sa Team Red, edi no problem, di ba? Di Intel ka. You have an emotional attachment to the brand. You have good memories with the brand. You only trust them. I mean, those are all valid considerations, and then by all means, stick with Intel. But that's why I always just go back to numbers, or ano ba yung performance-based. Performance-based, it's hard to recommend Intel. Bang for your buck, it's hard to recommend Intel. And the same thing with liquid cooling versus air cooling. Bang for your buck, it's hard to recommend liquid cooling. Air cooling still provides the better performance at the better price point. And hindi nga ganun ka-astig tingnan yung mga coolers, yung mga CPU air coolers. Like, tinaman lang yung Noctua, di ba? Noctua, sobrang okay yung performance, but they're infamous for their kind of brown, their brown fans. Kaya sobrang nagwala yung mga tao. Biglang may Chromax, naka-black lang yung Noctua fan. Biglang sobrang imong class na yun. But those coolers are excellent coolers, and yet they're very massive looking, and the fans themselves are super good performance. But the aesthetic is, it's some people don't like the aesthetic. Personally, I have an Noctua cooler on my personal rig. I have no problems with the aesthetic. Although kasi yun nga, yung sobrang luma ng PC ko, kaya wala rin na masyadong pake sa aesthetics in general. Alright, we finally have a PSU. This customer ordered the Seasonic Focus GX 650, so it's a 650 watt, 80 plus gold rated PSU, and it's fully modular, and it's very popular. We sell a lot of it as well because Seasonic is actually a very good brand. Seasonic is one of the few PSU manufacturers that actually manufacture their own PSUs. When you think, kapag inisip mo kasi PSU, inisip mo Corsair, Cooler Master, Antec, EVGA. Pero marami sa mga PSU manufacturer, marami sa mga PSU brands hindi talaga sila mismo yung gumagawa ng PSUs nila. They just outsource the manufacturing process to somebody else. And Corsair is like that. Corsair, super well-known brand, pero hindi sila yung gumagawa talaga ng sarili nilang PSUs. But Seasonic is one of the few brands that actually manufactures some of its PSUs. Personally, bago namin tinayo yung Hardware Sugar, never ko narinig tong Seasonic na to. I didn't know the brand. Yung alam ko lang talaga na quality PSU ay yung Corsair. And when very early on sa Hardware Sugar, kaya ko lang nalaman tong Seasonic kasi may customer na nagtanong. Boss, may ano ba kayo? May Seasonic ba kayo in stock? And so doon ko lang nalaman na ano ba tong Seasonic na to? Ano ba ang binibenta nila? Buti na lang kasi it turned out to be yun, sobrang okay siya na brand. And we sell a lot of them. And have I run out of bubble? No. Meron pang bubble wrap. And actually, that happens a lot na wala akong alam tungkol sa brand, wala akong alam tungkol sa particular item, tapos may customer na maghahanap, oy, may monitor ba kayong ganito? May yung RGB converter, ganun din. Yung Deepcool RGB converter na bestseller din namin, I have no idea at all kung ano yun. Tapos may naghanap, tapos medyo na-curious ako, ano ba tong item na to? So, medyo, yun nga, may naghanap. So, na-curious ako sa item and then research, sino ba supplier nito sa atin? And yun, yung Seasonic, naging bestseller namin dito. Yung Deepcool RGB converter, naging bestseller din yun. Pero, yung Seasonic PSUs, usually walang problema itong mga to. They rarely give us headaches in terms of warranty or things like that. Yung Deepcool RGB converter, yun medyo maselan yun. What that product does is, wait, let me show you what I'm talking about. This is the Deepcool RGB converter. If you follow our YouTube, we made a video about it. What it does is, let's say may ARGB kang component, pero RGB lang yung header sa motherboard mo. Saksak mo yung ARGB dito, labas sa kabilang dulo, saksak mo sa RGB, header sa motherboard, tapos magagamit mo na yung ARGB component. So parang digital RGB to RGB header, 5 volt to 12 volt converter. So So bestseller din yung Deepcool RGB converter. Yung problema, maselan talaga siya. Hindi mo masabi kailan gagana, kailan hindi. It only works with some products, not all the time. Deepcool itself also doesn't have a good list on anong items na compatible, anong items na hindi. So we have to tell the customers talaga na buy at your own risk. Di namin masabi kung compatible ba yan sa system mo or hindi. So medyo sakit sa ulo yung Deepcool RGB converter. Especially if you get customers na malinaw naman na buy at your own risk and then gusto pa nila ibalik. Yun nga, when in doubt, don't buy it. And that's what we tell our customers. Di namin masabi, if you're not comfortable running that risk, then don't buy it. Simple lang. And actually, yung isa pang kwento tungkol sa Deepcool RGB converter na yan, last year to nagbenta kami sa Lazada, and then, normal transaction, paid for it, we sent it out, and then biglang, sabi ni customer, hindi niya nakuha yung item. Pag nakuha niya yung item, yung box, pero pag bukas niya ng box, walang laman. Wala yung RGB converter sa loob. And so, it's basic, galit na galit customer, what the hell. We don't inspect the items when we get from the supplier. We inspect them randomly, let's say maybe 1 out of 7, 1 out of 10. Kasi nga, ang hirap kung i-inspect mo 1 by 1, imposible talaga na 1 by 1. Pangalawa, ayaw yun ng customer kasi pagdating kay customer, bukas na. The seal is broken. Sometimes the ESD bag, the anti-static bag, which the motherboards come in, or sometimes the hard drives come in, yun nga, bukas na yun, di ba? You can't open those without, hindi mo mabuksan yun na hindi halata sa customer. So like for this Deepcool RGB converter, di na namin binuksan yun bago namin binenta. We think it's better for the customer, and kasi sila yung una talaga makakabukas. And pangalawa, we trust our suppliers to sell us proper stuff. So medyo nagduda ako sa customer na to na, sinasabi niya na wala siya nakuha na item. Pero sabi ko, sige, benefit of the doubt, binigyan ko siya ng full refund. Pagkatapos nun, mga 2 days later, nag-post rin si customer sa isang PC group na for sale yung Deepcool RGB converter. Di namin masabi na yun nga yung sa amin, galing yun sa amin. Pero what are the odds na binili mo yung item sa amin, and then pagkatapos nun sabi mo wala ka natanggap na item, nagbigay kami ng full refund, and nabigla na lang binenta mo yung same item, or that, I don't know if that's the same model, but that same item on a different Facebook page. So malamang 99% chance na scam kami dun. Dun sa Deepcool RGB converter. And yes, pwede mong habulin, pero kasi yun nga, may evidence naman kami na we sent the item, and then you claimed na hindi mo natanggap, pagkatapos binigyan ka namin ng full refund, then 2 days later biglang nagbebenta ka ng same item. Actually, nisip ko nga na parang i-pasting operation na kami bibili ng item. Somebody not related to Hardware Sugar, siya yung magbibili ng item para ma-double check namin sa records na itong serial number ABC, ito nga yung nabenta dun sa customer na yon. But it's a lot of effort, and konsensya na lang yun. Good things happen to good people and bad things happen to bad people. Kung ganun ka na tao, na scammer ka, well, you'll get what's coming to you. Maybe not from us, but from somebody else. And yun, so yung point ng kwento na to, medyo hassle yung Deepcool RGB converter na yan. But on a deeper point, it's that, you know, we trust our customers. If you tell us the item is broken when you got it, we'll believe you. Hindi namin alam. Pagdating ng Lazada item sa'yo, malay namin na nahulog mo yun. Malay namin, sinaksak mo, you know, in a place where you shouldn't have stuck it in. And kaya nasira. But if you let us know, if you tell us that you got the item broken, we will believe you and we will operate under that assumption that our customers are trustworthy and that, you know, we believe them when they claim that something is broken. Pero malamang dun sa instance sa'yo na scam talaga kami dun. Oh, shoot, step inside. Okay guys, magpa 5 o'clock na and marami pa akong kailangan i-pack. Therefore, I'm gonna end this live stream because I need to concentrate on packing. I'm not that bright. I can't maintain a running monologue and then pack quickly at the same time. Di kaya ng utak ko. So, ito yung kauna-unang live stream ni Hardware Sugar, both on Facebook and on YouTube. Maraming salamat na you took the time. Some of you, I don't know how long you stayed, whether it was 5 seconds or 5 minutes, pero maraming salamat na sinama mo ako sa linggo na to. Sumama ka sa akin sa linggo na to. Doing boring things like making out receipts. Puch lagis. Speaking of receipts, I forgot to put it inside the PSU that I just packed, so I'm gonna need to open that up again now. But thanks so much for watching. Maybe we'll do something like this in the future. Mas planchado and maybe like somebody monitoring the live stream so we can actually, somebody can tell me like what the questions are. We do actually want to have a regular like show, maybe like every Thursday night where pwede ka magtanong kung ano ba yung mga PC questions mo. Tapos hindi lang naman ako kasi to be honest, medyo technical ako pero hindi ko talaga kabisado yung mga sobrang nitty-gritty, yung mga sobrang nuts and bolts ng technical hardware. So we'll get regular guests na talagang kabisado nila yung hardware and yung iba-ibang like may AMD expert, may Intel expert and things like that. So idea pa lang yun pero tingnan natin. If you like what we did here, please let us know. If you didn't like it, if you thought the sound was bad, pause na nga ako sa kakasigaw kasi alam ko na external mics lang yung gamit, walang audio, walang tunay na audio talaga. But I do apologize. Yun nga, baguhan. Lahat to bago. First time to do it. We just wanted to try. And ayun, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me on a sleepy Sunday afternoon. So, you know, I have a tag, like, every video it's like, what's up internet? Pero yung outro ko, hindi ko pa naisip, to be honest. But usually I just end up thanking people, thanks for watching. And I really do mean that kasi it's kind of weird for me that, you know, there are people that would take the time to actually, you know, have an interest in the shop and, you know, what hardware we have and what would you recommend. Sobrang panibago yun, and you know, I do appreciate your time in watching and leaving comments and you know, leaving a thumbs up and things like that. So, sir, ma'am, thanks for watching.